Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. Today I'm here to talk about a very interesting topic, and it's regarding the crew of the Pirate King. How extraordinarily powerful this crew was because of its golden trio. The appearance of Garban is being key, since he has been the closest thing to seeing the maximum potential of the Pirate King's crew. And now we are fortunate that almost everything about Haki has been revealed to us, both the basics and the advanced, and even what would be the ultimate Haki that only the most powerful can use was revealed. The coating of Conqueror's Haki. When Rayleigh appeared, Haki hadn't been fully introduced in the story yet, so we never saw him using his full potential. The same happened with Roger. Beyond his Haki clash with Whitebeard and the attack on Oden, we didn't see him do anything else. If we're objective, Garban has shown much more than Rayleigh and his captain. But this is also because he's involved in an arc where everything spiraled out of control, and there are no limitations with Haki because we already know everything, or almost everything, about this power. Now why do I say that this crew is turning out to be more powerful than one initially thought? Simple. The two strongest members, aside from Roger, have the potential to be captains in any other crew. The fact that they are users of Advanced Conqueror's Haki gives them an incredible edge. Very few crews have two or more Conqueror's Haki users, and it's even rarer for them to have Advanced Conqueror's Haki. Even among Conqueror's Haki users, who are already very rare, those who have reached the advanced level are scarce. As mentioned, only the most powerful in the world have this type of Haki. In Roger's crew there are three of them. Luffy, who is the future Pirate King, has two. Zoro. The rest of the Yonko crews at most only have their captain with Advanced Conqueror's Haki. Their second strongest barely has regular Conqueror's Haki, like Katakuri for example, let alone the advanced version. Right now, only Shanks might have another member with Advanced Conqueror's Haki, Ben Beckman, but we'll have to wait for that confirmation. So on paper, I'd say only one crew was superior to Roger's crew, and I'm not talking about Whitebeard's crew. I'd even dare to say that Roger's pirates toyed with Whitebeard's pirates in their battle. The only ones who could hold their own in that battle were Whitebeard and Oden. No one else could stand up to Roger, Rayleigh, or Garban. And although it wasn't shown in the manga, what the anime portrayed with Rayleigh effortlessly handling Marco isn't far from reality. They were all very young. While Roger focused on creating a powerful pirate crew, Whitebeard was more focused on creating a family. Marco, the second strongest in that crew, isn't a Conqueror's Haki user, so he didn't have the Haki of the most powerful, unlike Rayleigh or Garban. But I don't blame Marco. No other Yonko commander, aside from Zoro, has Advanced Conqueror's Haki, so that's something to keep in mind. How superior Roger's crew was in power compared to the current Yonko crews and their strongest commanders. As I said earlier, only one crew could have been superior to Roger's in power, and that was the Rock's Pirates, who had Whitebeard, Kaido, and Big Mom in their ranks, who are confirmed users of Advanced Conqueror's Haki. Shiki was very likely one as well, since, in Roger's time, he and Whitebeard were considered equals to the Pirate King. With that, they already doubled the number of Advanced Conqueror's Haki users that Roger's pirates had. So it's not far-fetched that in the God Valley battle, Roger and Garp had to join forces to take down this crew that dominated the seas at that time. By the way, many don't realize the power of Oden either. We often underestimate Kaido's power from 20 years ago. I feel that Oden was closer to the level of Roger and Whitebeard than to Rayleigh or Garban. That's why Oda always put those three together. Oden was a prodigy. He learned everything on his own. Joining Whitebeard and Roger made him advance tremendously. It was there that he learned the coating of Conqueror's Haki after receiving a tremendous blow. If he hadn't left Wano, he might never have used the advanced variant of Conqueror's Haki. For the same reason, Kaido didn't face him at first until he was completely sure he could take him on. Kaido wasn't facing just any random person. As I say, Oden was closer to the level of Roger and Whitebeard than to Garban and Rayleigh, who by the way I don't think were too far from their captain's level either. Another thing, the admirals aren't random characters either, as many might be considering them. In terms of power, they are closer to the level of the Yonko. In Wano, we witnessed how an admiral took down two Yonko commanders without much difficulty. In Marineford, Whitebeard's commanders were also overpowered by the admirals. But why do I mention this? To give you more examples of the power of Roger's pirates. Rayleigh, even in his old age, was able to hold his own against Kizaru, and this was with heavy limitations since, for plot reasons, he couldn't show his full power with Haki, as it wasn't even known how this power worked at that time. It's almost the same with Garp. Despite everything that was said about how amazing he was, it wasn't until the Hachinosu incident that we saw him use his full power, without limits, with Haki and everything, and we realized the immense power this legendary marine had. Likewise, it will be with Rayleigh in future incidents where we see him fight seriously and without Haki limitations. With Garban, we're already seeing what he was capable of, and it's astonishing, so much so that it convinces us that Roger's crew was absolutely broken with just its three strongest members. And keep in mind, we're seeing him in his worst state, old, where he's supposed to have lost much of his power. Imagine when he was in his prime. Both Rayleigh and Gaban had the potential to be captains in any other crew and fight against anyone. Right now, the only time I think we'll see the prime of Roger's pirates will be when they fully show us what happened in God Valley 38 years ago. In that incident, we'll see the greatest displays of power in all of One Piece. Displays of power perhaps even greater than what the final war against the government will be. That's because the most powerful pirate crews of their respective generations will be there. The Rocks Pirates, which, in my opinion, is the most powerful crew since the world government was founded, given all the beasts they had in their ranks, and Roger's crew, the only one to find the mythical island. Add to that the legendary Marine, possibly the most powerful Marine, all of them clashing in a ferocious battle. Keep in mind that even the Holy Knights were around there. Garling was handing out beatings in God Valley, so he might have been involved in some way. Imagine that clash of Conqueror's Haki users. It'll be a delight now that there are no limitations with Haki. We'll see the most powerful characters that have existed in the last era, in a display of power never seen before. There's no doubt that Gaban's appearance is showing us what these legendary pirates, bearers of advanced Conqueror's Haki, were capable of. Once again, the power scale has shifted because of all this. Leave all your opinions on this topic. Many thanks to everyone who made it to this part of the video. Any recommendations for future videos or things for the channel can be left in the comments, and I'll gladly take them into account. See you in the next video. Goodbye.